Meta update on the 9th. Just gonna do another update on Meta because I own the stock now, and it was one of the big movers today. It actually popped to 104. I had some $95 calls that I had sold. So I sold two $95 calls. I have 200 shares at 105. And then I bought the $97 calls at a later date, and I bought double the amount. So I made some pretty good money today on that pop to 104. So a pretty big move. So let's get into the chart and just see where we're at. So clearly, if we go to the weekly time frame, the first thing to say is this is actually more likely a C wave. It's kind of weird because if this is an expanded flat, it goes way past the 1.61 fib. Normally, you don't want to go past the 1.23 fib. So it's kind of an awkward B wave, but I think it is potentially a B wave, and this is actually the C wave. Either way, it doesn't really matter. A wave, C wave, we know we're going to bounce at the bottom of this. So really, all we need to focus on is where is the bottom of this. So have we hit the bottom? Well, we look at the chart. We got 1, 2. Clear third wave right here. Don't even need to look at this. This is a third wave for sure. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we know where the fourth wave is. So now we can zoom in on the fifth wave. Fifth wave, clear 1, 2. And I already have it drawn pretty much. 1, 2. Parallel line, as you can see, it looks like it comes right. Let's see if I go all the way through it. Curious to see where this ends up. So look at that. You can't mistake this for the end of the third wave because it doesn't break this. That must have been the third wave of the third wave, fourth wave, third wave right here. So now that we know this is the third wave, and we know we're in the overall fifth wave, we can start looking at where we would retrace to. If we're looking just strictly on the fifth wave, we'd take the second wave down to the end of the third, and a good retracement would be 110 all the way up to 126. So those are good retracements just looking at the fifth wave. So I'm going to go ahead and mark that. I also have this gap fill marked here at 122. And so that's a good place, 110 to 125. If we're doing that based on the bigger waves, we'd be looking for, let's see, I guess we'd only be able to use the fifth wave actually. So yeah, we're basically going to use that because it's an extended fifth wave, and so you don't really need to even measure the first couple of waves as far as figuring out where the fifth one's going to end, because this is an extended wave. But based on this, let's say we do go to the 0.38 fib at 125. The bottom target would be 76 to 68. That's at the very top target. If we fill this gap, it might be a little bit lower, probably be somewhere around in there. If we zoom out here again, let's look over here and just see if there's any support around that area we can look at. There's this move right here in 2015 here at 72. That looks like a potential area. And so, yeah, pretty much, I think there is a very good chance that this gap fills. So I was looking at this today. I sold my calls, but it looks here on the smaller time frame, this looks like an A wave. So we have ABC. So I would expect a pullback sometime soon to probably probably anywhere from 100 down to 98, potentially all the way down here to 96. 96 to 100 would be my targets, and I can zoom in more here in a second to see where we're at. But if this is the A wave, we'd typically go to the 1.61 fib. That doesn't quite get us to the gap fill at 122.82, but I think that if we get up this high, it's going to be like a magnet to push all the way up here to get to 122.66. That's kind of what I think, and that would not be like too much of a correction for a fourth wave. That would be right at the 0.38 fib. So it makes a lot of sense. If we zoom in here now on the 15-minute time frame, it looks like, so ABC right there, it looks like on this, looks like a corrective wave right there. You never know. This could be the B wave right here. It could be finished. If we get good CPI tomorrow and the market starts pumping, I would expect that Meta would be one of the leading stocks to move higher. So something to keep in mind, keep your eye on 120, where's it at? 122.63. Keep your eye on that for a gap fill. It's very possible, and that's the reason that I have more calls. I sold some 105s, and I have 110 calls this time, a little bit farther out, risking about $800 in the next month if it finishes below 105. But if we hit 122, then I'm going to make a lot more than that. And my average is at 105. I would probably take profit on that at 122 if we got there. Or if we go to like 115, I'd probably even take profit there. It was pretty much a swing play for me. I bought, my average is like 105 after earnings. So we'll see what happens, but basically, again, zooming out, we finished a third wave, in my opinion, of the overall fifth wave. So this is a fourth wave bounce, expecting one more move down. It pretty much goes in line too with just the overall market. Overall market, I'm expecting a bounce to 400 or so, and then another move down, probably in 2023. So that's it. Let me know what you think in the comments. You think we're going to gap fill, or do you think that is topped out short term? Let me know. Like and subscribe, and I'll put out some more updates here in the next couple of days.